think AMAD has shown clearly like he can play right wing back.
Yeah.
Then in the past 2 games he's been playing right attacking midfielder.
Correct.
And even as you we'll discuss later, his impact in the Manchester derby last
And
night.
his goal contributions this year are about the same as Salah or maybe more.
Bro, he already on 7 EPL assists.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Futbol Kaki. I'm your host Eldad and I am joined by my fellow Man United fan who are with me, were jumping around in ecstasy after AMAD Diallo scored a winning goal in the 90th minute against Manchester City. Yes, I am joined by Paul. Paul, how are you doing, bro?
Doing good, brother. As you can see, I'm wearing a vintage United jersey because the last manager to won the first derby was Ferguson, right?
Yes.
And then, I can imagine from then until now, nobody won their first derby.
And it's gone through so many iterations, like the what?
Moyes.
Even it was before the Abu Dhabi takeover.
The James Cook time.
Yeah, since that time. Then after that, Ferguson left already. Then I think it was Moyes lost. Then all the subsequent managers after that all lost the Manchester derby lah.
Their first Manchester derby, right?
Yeah, I'm happy lah, bro. I don't really care about whether we are 13th or not lah, because to be honest, the table doesn't make sense this year lah. So, other than this, right, we will talk about later, right? What you been up to?
Not too bad, bro. I think now my work is it's at a down period now because because I work in a school, right? Then all of the students are having holidays now, so it's a good time for us to clean up and do administrative work, catch up on the backlogs if we haven't been able to do lah. How about yourself?
Celebrated my birthday, I think it was last week.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, last week, right? I had a good dinner with my fam. We went to this place in 6th Avenue lah. So 6th Avenue Center, right? It's a small barbecue place, right?
Brazil, is it called Brazil?
No. It's called Meat and Chill. You have this, you can pay a certain amount of money, right, for a platter, right? It's quite a big platter. So on the platter itself, it's got ribs, one big chicken parmesan, one loaded fries, a steak, plus on top of that you've got a small piece of brisket. Then we added some vegetables, broccoli, mushrooms, then mac and cheese and everything. Five of us cannot finish it.
Worth it, no? The price?
It was good, dude. For the amount of money you pay, right, and the amount of food that you could get, the quality of food you get, it was quite worth it.
Can tapao?
We didn't want to.
Oh. Because it's also messy, right?
Yeah, not also messy, but just that it's because you already feel very tired already. You don't mind doing it. Because it's near your house, right? Next time you go, actually it's really not bad. There's a 2-person, 3-person platter or 5%. 5-person platter, right? I think me and you cannot finish one. Any other thing you did over the past week?
Yeah, no, I think just preparing for to meet a lot of people this week for Christmas,
Christmas, right? Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. This is the Futbol Kaki. We are the episode before Christmas, because officially next week is, of course, Christmas. So, in advance, we are wishing everybody a Merry Christmas.
That's why I wear red and white.
Yeah. we are officially wishing everybody a Merry Christmas in advance. Our next episode definitely will, of course, be coming out during Christmas Day itself. So, that's one thing. I would say that this weekend, there was a lot of interesting things when it comes to football. So let's get into today's episode, bro. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So we are going to cover a few matches today. Of course, primarily being, the Manchester derby, where Manchester United officially beat Manchester City, adding to City's woes. Their form is really very bad, bro. 1 win, 2 draw, and 8 losses in the last 11 games in all competitions. That is just horrible. Then, of course, we've got Chelsea, who are surprising everybody where they're now, because of the fact that Liverpool dropped points in the past 2 games, right? They're second, 2 points behind Liverpool, but of course Liverpool do have a game in hand with their win over Brentford, right? I think the start of this match was Marco Cucurella. Got a lot to say. Got some stuff to say later. This one, this guy everything unique just follows him. And then of course we're gonna round off with Liverpool versus Fulham. Liverpool dropped points against Fulham, right? And the worrying thing is that basically Liverpool have conceded 5 goals in 2 games, which is a shock. Because
it's not very Liverpool-like.
Yes, they drew 3-3 with Newcastle previously, and then of course they drew 2-2 with Fulham. There's some stuff we want to talk about, but because they've already dropped points, their gap at the top actually has been decreasing with a very important game coming up, which of course is a match of the week between Spurs and Liverpool. I would say that probably Liverpool have the advantage because of the fact that Spurs has been so inconsistent, even though they won 5-0 against Southampton. Now, with that, before we get into this particular episode and all the football recaps, bro, what is your what's going on for this week in the world of football?
Bro, my what's going on for this week, right, is very near and dear to my heart. I've been advocating for this for I think the longest time I can remember.
2 years, bro.
For many years. I think I can like officially say when I wanted him to be dropped, right, is after the Europa League final.
The
one De Gea didn't save a lot of games.
Okay.
But it was also equally like the amount of times Marcus Rashford like got dispossessed and missed that open goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like longest time. I think like maybe 4 years already.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Reuben Amorim has finally did what I've been advocating Manchester United managers to do.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like everyone's not blind, everyone can see it. So he got Rashford and Garnacho actually got dropped for the Manchester derby.
Yes.
Due to training behavior, like overall behavior, like your etiquettes, the way you conduct yourself.
Yeah.
And the most importantly is how you impact your teammates.
Yes.
Which apparently is not up to his expectations, So
Yes.
I think there's a very good reason why to drop him.
Yeah. And there's been rumors that Garnacho's been the one leaking the lineups out.
Yeah.
To the public, right? I do agree with you in a sense where finally we've been advocating for a bit more disciplinary, because I think we've said it multiple times on this podcast, right? We just want discipline. We just want a manager with a backbone.
Yeah,
right?
and it's like it's not about because like we all hate Rashford,
Yeah.
It's like because what he does, right, it does not simply reflect all of us, Like
Yes,
we do not share the same mindset as like
yes,
fans
I agree.
this player. So yeah, and also I think Amorim is good because everyone knows Rashford's like lack of effort, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's not that you wake up yesterday and you realize that he's not a hardworking player. He's not definitely. It's just nature, okay.
Yeah, I agree.
To like have this what you call it, idea that he's like the star player of Manchester United, but in actual fact he's like a Gabriel Wharton level,
He's like I think it's more to do with like the way he's been treated because of that one good season.
Bro, it's not even a good season. It's like a good 4 months.
It's a good 3 to 4 months, because he was like basically it was coming to a point where I can exactly remember, right? Remember we were always laughing every time Rashford scored.
Yeah, because it's a joke. We
It's
didn't
like
expect him to score, right? Yeah.
Correct. It's those type of games where like somehow whatever he does, it will just end up in the net one. But I think at that time we also questioned and said that what happens if the goals right up? Is he going to be as good?
Yeah, so I think bottom line for like to help like new Man United fans understand what our true feeling, right, is that end of the day, can you rely on him to get you out of a tough situation? The answer is a big fat no. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
It's like I cannot trust him the way I trust like Wayne Rooney or like Van Nistelrooy or Ronaldo, Yeah. And it's like the same fans that watch Rooney and Ronaldo, how can they rate Rashford in the same category as him?
Yeah.
It's like you must be blind, lah. I think it's a very bad thing to say, lah, but it's the truth.
And I think we were both like talking about it, right? Like how many goals has he averaged since his debut?
Bro, he has let me just put it. He has 10. This is 10th EPL season.
Yeah.
And he's only scored 87 goals.
That's horrible, dude.
Yeah, I think Ronaldo is only 6 seasons, right?
Yeah.
6 seasons plus the 1 season he came back and he has like 107, I think, or 103. And the 6 seasons was before the age of 24. Marcus Rashford is how old now?
Marcus Rashford is 27.
27. Right?
27. I find it absolutely like ridiculous also, because to me, why am I paying essentially 8 goal a season player, right? 350k a week.
And bear in mind, he has not won like a league before.
He's not won a league title.
He does not know what it takes to win a league.
Correct. He's not won a league title. The only trophies he's got are basically the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, which he really
and one Europa League,
and one Europa League, which was carried by
Pogba and
Zlatan,
Mkhitaryan,
and Mkhitaryan. So that time he was still a kid. Okay, that one you don't contribute enough fair. I don't have any problems with that at the Europa League. But the FA Cup final last year he didn't do much. The Europa League,
Mainu, right?
Yeah, it was Mainu and Garnacho. The EFL Cup final the year before, okay, he scored a goal in the final against Newcastle. But it was like,
and that was the year. Okay, just put in mind that was the year he was playing for his like contract extension. Yes.
He was playing for his contract extension. So it's at the end of the day, right? It's more to do with is the 27-year-old really worth it to keep around anymore already.
No, definitely
It's not.
Okay, let me just put it in one final comment. He's 27 and I think he has like until 2028. So 4 years left.
Yeah.
So let's say example you keep him. He'll be 31. Like for the next 4 years, right? You can have this up and down Rashford. I think more of down than up lah. For 350k a week for the next 4 years. Will you want that as a Man United fan? Yeah.
And the worst part is that he's becoming a burden to the team because, okay, let's say for example, right, like if you were to put Garnacho or Rashford back into the lineup, you would take Garnacho because Garnacho's still young.
Yeah, and you can like essentially, and you know he presses and he runs.
Yes.
Over more than Rashford, you know.
It's just that his decision making is just horrible.
Yes. Like,
so
I think his selfishness that has to change lah, for sure.
Yeah. And like for example, right, like one very good example is if you're 27 and you're making the same mistakes as a 20-year-old, right? Technically, you shouldn't be around anymore already, but because Rashford and Garnacho essentially are making the same mistakes, but just that there's a 7-year age difference.
I agree, bro.
So it's
like Garnacho's only excuse is because he's young.
Yes, correct.
Rashford does not have that same excuse.
And
like, if you want to be treated samely as Garnacho, right?
Yeah.
You get paid the same as him, lor. Then we can compare you fairly, ma, right?
Which Garnacho, I think like 50k a week only.
Yeah, I think it's like around there, 25k to 50k only.
Which I mean, like, it's more than
it's more than what a 20-year-old should be earning as well.
Yeah, but the thing is that at least he has
justifiable.
It's justifiable and he has a future. Whereas like currently, honestly, right, Rashford was supposed to be a top guy. But now
you hear the expressions he said, we are paying him more Salah wages but getting more Farah performance.
No, but like honest, right? I would trust AMAD more than I would trust Rashford right now to get you out of a jam.
The only way to convince fans is to show them.
Yes.
So I think AMAD has shown clearly like he can play right wing back.
Yeah.
Then in the past 2 games he's been playing right attacking midfielder.
Correct.
And even like we'll discuss later, his impact in the Manchester derby.
And his goal contributions this year are about the same as Salah or maybe more.
Bro, he already on 7 EPL assists.
Yeah.
I think like more than Rashford's tally in one season already.
Yeah. 7 EPL assists and he's got two goals already.
Yeah, so honestly, it brings you back to another criminal act by Eric Ten Hag.
Yes, dude.
This was in your Arsenal under you for 2 years.
And he didn't do anything. Yeah. And he refused to play him, absolutely refused to play him. So I think shall we move to the Manchester derby since we're already on the topic of this thing, right?
Alright, let's do it, man.
Alright, so to open up this match preview section, we are gonna talk about the Manchester derby, right? It was a very interesting game because of course this is the second time Reuben Amorim played Pep Guardiola in the space of 2 months. He did it with Sporting won 4-1. Today he's back at the Etihad, and of course he is playing against a Manchester City team that is very short on confidence and a very, very poor side. Final score was of course 2-1 with goals in the late part of the game from Bruno from a penalty, and of course AMAD in the 90th minute to actually seal the win for Manchester United, right? City, I think for majority of this game looked likely to win, right? But the thing is that I would think you will agree, right? Neither club looked like they were good on the day.
Yeah. The only like positive I can say, they look good before City scored.
Yes. And that goal, right, is it's a
FIFA goal.
The deflection was so awkward, dude. Like,
yeah, but I think like to defend City, like you have to try to put yourself in this kind of situation,
yep.
Which they did lah, and then they definitely got lucky with the deflection.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, there's a lot of analysis about basically what happened yesterday, right? I won't know whether or not it was because City weren't good because of the situation, right? Or the way the Amorim set up, right, was a bit more effective than people make it out to be.
No lah, like the commentator also said, from what he can see, right, he can see like they are working on something, which is very obvious, one because like, I think the 3 at the back worked quite well last night.
Yeah,
like Maguire looked like what Maldini, right? Yeah, he honestly played very well. I think Delete also played well. Masraoui played very well.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the only one that scared me was like Onana a few times lah. Like he misplaced the ball a few times. But other than that, right, I think the midfield was solid. Ugarte and Bruno.
Mainu.
Mainu, yeah, as in Bruno before that. Yeah.
Yep.
The only thing that like still haunts us is Dalot lah.
Yeah.
Cannot. I think that part we need to work on.
I think like with Dalot, right, he's the only player that is currently there, right?
He's the only player there because there's no other player.
There's no other player there because I find that Malassia's just not fit. And Luke Shaw's always injured. Harry and Mas is too young. And we definitely need a left wing back, which we've already purchased already, right? For 4 million, the youngster. But he's not going to come in until 2025. So there's literally like currently he's the left back. He's the left wing back. That's it. I do think, right, like overall, this lineup, right, the one that happened after Mount got injured is probably the lineup going forward.
Yep,
like the exact 11. Like the exact 11. I think Maguire has earned his place there with the lead and Martinez. Right? I think it suits the three of them better because of the fact that they are able to spread out. And they're able to cover one another instead of having to be always on the back foot where they are against a 2v1 2v1 or 3v2. Whereas like yesterday, because they're three centre backs, it's like 3v3. It's like they have like individual 1v1s against the attackers.
Yeah, I like previously also, I think when AMAD was testing out the right wing back position, right? Then Masraoui was the third centre back.
Yeah.
Which I feel that is okay, but you're not utilising his full skill set.
Which was what happened, what they finally did yesterday.
So now, he finally moved Masraoui back to right wing back, and then you put a proper centre back in the centre back position, which is good. I think he played very well there.
Yeah, and I think that with Maguire, the lead, and Martinez, right, if they're able to stabilise, I think it's going to be quite a good defensive pair. Because honestly, Haaland was a ghost.
Yeah, he wasn't really getting a lot of balls from De Bruyne because Ugarte was like breaking up play in midfield, right? Yeah,
correct.
They wouldn't, and if you realize that when the game started, right, the moment United players get close to City players, you just push them. Like they would just like make them uncomfortable.
Correct.
So it's good, they don't let them find the rhythm.
And it was interesting because, right, the beginning of the game, like up until the point when Mr. Mount got injured, I think the Mr. Mount injury actually derailed a lot of momentum because Mr. Mount actually his pressing was actually very strong. I would think that if you see, right, they push City with them super far back on it. Like all the way until like almost to a point where every time they try to get the push up, right, immediately like there's 5 or 6 of them pressing the front already. Yeah. Which is what I wanted from Man United for a very long time already. And it's proper like tactical like pressing, like okay, there's pressing triggers, there's certain things that are going there, right? But overall, right, in spite of that, United didn't perform well. Yeah. But neither did City. Yeah. And City, like, after the goal,
like you could tell they just wanted to show up the 1-0, you know.
Like it wasn't like the old City that like the one that will immediately go for kill.
Yeah, or like go for 2, 3, 4.
Correct. It was just something like it's like there's something missing.
Yeah, it's very clear It's like Nunes and what? Gundogan is not a very good pairing. The whole game is a good thing that we exploited the weak link which is Matheus Nunes. Don't get me wrong, United in the second half they didn't play very well.
No, they didn't.
I think up to the point where it's like 86 minutes, I was like, okay, I think we're just going to lose 1-0. Because as much as we were defensively sound, right, we didn't look like we were going to score. It's quite a worrying thing because if not for AMAD, right, imagine if it was like Rashford or something.
Oh, dude, we lose already.
Yeah, he would not be pressing so high in that moment in the 90 minutes. No?
Yeah.
So like really when the equalizer came and the winning goal came, right, it's really down to AMAD's like determination.
He just desired to win the ball because like even up to the point where just before the penalty, Bruno missed a chance.
That one is like unforgivable to miss this kind of chance.
Bruno missed that chance, right? But Foden and the rest, they were just trying to shoot at Onana, right? I would say that Onana didn't have a lot of things to do.
Yeah, only that one chance that he didn't save
I would say that probably City, they've got a lot of things that they need to question and show up But I think AMAD moving forward, right, they are trying to secure his contract. So I think probably that's one thing that they need to do But I think we've talked about Man United and nauseam, right? My question now, right, bro, is that we've talked about Man City for the past couple of weeks really, Where do they go from here? Because honestly, in the last 11 games, 1 win, 2 draws, 8 losses.
No, this is some Eric Ten Hag form.
This is worse than that, bro. This is relegation. like
okay, as bad as it sounds, right? They are only 3 points behind Arsenal. That is like the beauty of this league. As bad as it sounds, right? Because okay, honestly, Arsenal has been dropping points like grapes, okay. Yep. They've not been capitalizing on City's like defeats and all that.
Yep.
They are only 3 points behind Arsenal. Yeah, so like any moment they can just like come back into the frame, you know. So I feel what they need to do, right, is they just need to win games, really. Yeah. The next game just take it 1 game at a time and then see where they go, But it's Pep, and also it's Pep. So I don't think you will like feel that he will.
But forever. Then what do you make of him saying that he isn't good enough during the press conference?
Yeah, you know, this is like you know him.
It's a mind game,
Yeah, it's a mind game.
It's a mind game.
It's like the media criticize him, but then he reverse psychology and say, yeah, you all say I'm shit. I'm actually quite shit, you know.
Yep.
So then they have nothing to say after that.
Yeah, I agree. But like the thing about this league, right, is basically like people always like say Man United's 13, Man United's 13. We're only 3 points behind Aston Villa, who's in 6.
Yeah, so I think that's another like worthy of what's going on because like the from 6 to 13 is like 3 points.
Yeah. And like Man City to United is 5 points. It's like, and the thing is that you never know. It could happen, right? Suddenly, if City lose another like maybe 1 game or 2 games, City could be in the bottom half of the table, and like Newcastle, Brentford, everything could just flip over already.
And like even Nottingham is in the Championship League position now.
Nottingham's 4th. They're 1 point ahead of Man City and 2 points behind Arsenal. Like, I don't understand the Premier League this year. Like, it confuses me.
It's good, like it's good. It's good for the fans, like
Correct. I agree. Considering the fact that City have lost 5 in the league already,
but they're only 3 points behind Arsenal.
Yeah, which is something else, right? But speaking of that I think hopefully for Man United, this is something that will be on momentum, right? Because also relating to Garnacho and Rashford, Amorim has already proven I can win without you, and I beat the champions. So
in the past week, I think after the Champions League game, they said that Rashford's up for sale, So let's just see lah. Like I feel that if they really plan to move on from him, right, the window is going to open in like 3 weeks. So I think let's not waste time lah. Really,
he may not even be playing.
Let's just get him out first because the attention and the drama is not worth like Amorim's time lah.
Correct. From one new manager to another new manager lah. Like let's go over to London in Chelsea's Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea beat Brentford 2-1 to officially take second place from Arsenal, where they are now officially 2 points behind Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool have played a game in hand. This game, right, can only be summed up in the player of one Marc Cucurella. Score 1 goal, get sent off at the end of the game. For stupid things. Last week, fall down twice, concede 2 goals. I would say that Chelsea should have won this game quite easily, generally, right? But Brentford, of course, are Brentford. They're not the easiest thing to break down, right? But I will say this, Fabio Carvalho.
They should have taken the lead.
Bro should have tied the equalizer. Should go equalizer. How you hit the crossbar from 6 yards out?
This one is a clear case of trying to use too much power,
Yep.
It's like, you think that power can... You ram it, then you get it into the back of
All he had to do, right, was literally put his foot there.
To guide it in. Right? Yeah, he decided to be clever, go and add power.
Add power, hit the bar. Something, right? Bro, I think that this one is probably one of the misses of the season. This one was like, he beat the goalkeeper, he beat everybody, they did everything right? Then he hits the bar. Then 3 minutes later, Jackson scores. Jackson scores, right, to basically seal Chelsea's victory. And Ramos scores in the 90th minute, right? But it's a bit too late. Marc Cucurella does a 2-footed tackle, gets a yellow card, then somehow gets sent off later.
There's a fun fact. The Mbeumo's goal is his 10th EPL goal already. Yeah, and it's like, wow, it's quite sick. He and Chris Wood, they're like tied on 10.
Yeah, and it's going under the radar.
Overall, very straightforward job for Chelsea.
Yeah,
just win and move on.
Yeah, which I think they need to do, because currently with the way that Liverpool are dropping points and they consider 5
someone
goals.
Someone needs to challenge them,
Yeah,
or be there when they slip up. So I think Chelsea is doing a good job.
Yep. And they are the only other club other than Liverpool that has double-digit wins this season.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good.
So Chelsea have 10 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses. Liverpool 11 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss. Arsenal got 8 wins, 6 draws, 2 losses. So it's like the fact that they have gotten more wins than Arsenal and Man City and Aston Villa at this point of the season already speaks volumes about how good a job Maresca is doing.
Yeah, I think it's a different Chelsea from what we saw like 12 months ago, man.
Yes, and I also think that we are looking at a team whereby like all of us thought it was just a cluster, like just people just getting thrown together with no direction whatsoever, right? But I think the players, since they're all young, right, they're buying into what Maresca is doing, right, and he's doing a good job, lah. And like we said before, he's utilizing the players correctly in terms of rotation, in terms of resting them also.
In this busy schedule, right, when everyone is like stretching their players, it's like, no worries, man. I can use João Felix, I can use Nkunku, no problem. I can use Sancho,
I can use everybody that I need to just to make sure that I can write it out.
Yeah,
dude. Then like, if you're not
maybe the only one that's like being overused is Cole Palmer, lah.
Yeah. But this very hot is Chelsea also, right?
Yeah. But I have not seen him play.
He played in Conference League.
Much. Yeah, Conference League. So maybe it's like his designation is the Conference League player.
Probably lah. Because I think he mentioned that saying that losing the Conference League is a failure.
So yeah, so at least win something there, you know.
No, but not only that, because they should win the Conference League. Honestly, with the team that they have, they should be able to win the Conference League. I would think it would be quite good. So, Chelsea currently where they are is that they are currently 2 points behind Liverpool, and bringing us to Anfield and of course the league champion Liverpool drop points again 2-2. 5 goals conceded in the past 2 games, not only 2 points received for a maximum total of 6. Andy Robertson was sent off early after making a very, very bad mistake. After Pereira scores, I think the Pereira goal kind of had a bit of luck. Luck to it. Like it was a deflection, and then it off Robertson, past Alisson into the net. But bro, Andy Robertson,
he had Trent Alexander-Arnold moment, for sure. But can you imagine, this is like the trend. This is like Robertson is from 2017. It's like, imagine you play 7 years in this position. Not saying that you're not good. It's like, I don't think you're the same player that you were 7 years ago.
No, but he's also aging already. He's not young anymore. He's not the Andy Robertson that came out.
But he had a bad game. Yeah, he's the best start to the game. That's like the clear indication, you know.
And it's a straight rate.
Yeah, confirm, bro. No question.
Because it was a goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah. The fact that he panicked, right?
I think it was the state of like, okay, I made a mistake, I need to get the ball back. Then the fact that he tried to get the ball back, and then it basically just ended up with him clobbering Wilson, right? Definitely already took a good scoring opportunity for them. If not, I think that if let's say not for that one, I'll probably Fulham 2-0 already. Yeah,
but the thing is, right, would you rather let him score, but keep your position as like 11 men, or like you let him go, but you trust your keeper to stop him?
I will trust my keeper. Yeah. Because it's Alisson.
Yeah, but the worst case is he score, right? Yeah. Worst case is he score, but you still stay on the pitch.
Yep.
Rather than you take him out now, then you immediately like cripple your team.
I would say right, like there's no need to do those start things right that early in the match.
Yeah. If it's like say like last minute 0-0 the kind, then okay,
like 90th minute you're trying to hold on to the lead, you do that, right? I'm not gonna have much complaints because you're doing it at the end of the game. But then with the way that they did it, and I think it was very early in the game, he got sent off in the 17th minute.
Yeah, it's very early.
So like if you send off in the 17th minute, you're basically
when they were 1-0 down, right?
Yeah. You're basically asking the rest of your teammates to chase the game for you for a mistake that you made for the remainder of this game, which is about 73 minutes.
Yeah. So it's like, I think it's a bit irresponsible, you know.
Yeah. It is.
Rash, it's a rash decision, yeah.
It is, right. So Fulham go into the half with a 1-0 lead, right? Salah comes in, crosses a brilliant ball to Cody Gakpo, and then Gakpo gets the equalizer. What do you think of the Muniz goal? I think it's a fluke. It's the luckiest goal like
of the week.
Wow, dude. He didn't even get contact. Like it was barely The worst part is that like it looked nice. I thought it was a back heel, right? Then you see the replay, right? Actually he just miskicked the ball, right? Then he went off the he went off the Konate's leg, then he rolled into the net.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I was like, what is this?
They would just take it, you know, that kind of goal.
Correct. Was it Joe Gomez? It went off Joe Gomez leg, is it? I don't remember who, right? But dude, wow. What a horrible like goal to concede, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like Alisson's first game back some more.
Yep. But lucky for them, Jota got the goal. Then there was 9 minutes extra time, but Liverpool weren't able to capitalize. So ended up the final score being 2-2, right? Is Liverpool conceding 5 goals in 2 games a cause for concern?
But okay lah. I think like when you play against Newcastle, the tendency to have a shootout is there lah. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, I think. But this game no excuse lah, because you're at home and you concede 2. But it's also partly due to the fact that they were playing 10 men. You know? Yep. So I don't think it's going to be a consistent thing for the next 5 games.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's more of last game was a shootout, then this game was because we had 10 men.
Yeah.
They had 10 men. Yeah.
I don't disagree with that, because I do think that sometimes also is at the end of the day, right? Like it does feel like how long can they hold on? Because they are pretty much playing the same bunch of defenders over and over and over again, and their squad depth, honestly, right, is not the strongest.
Yep.
It's not really the strongest, right? Like you probably have your stars, right? But then when you put them in, right, it's not the same caliber. So now I think that Van Dijk's playing a lot of games at the point where like maybe Van Dijk might get tired.
with this pack schedule coming up.
Yeah, Salah also having the same
I think
issues.
you think of Salah also can be quite difficult.
To basically do what they need to do. So because of this, right, Liverpool drop points. I think Fulham, right, they have shown this season, right, that they can really take the game to bigger teams. Like really, they played well.
No.
They played well, they passed the ball around, they moved right, they caused problems for Liverpool. The only downside was that basically they just made a mistake that led to the Jota goal, which is basically let Jota wide open.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I would say that with really the way Fulham playing, hats off to them. They are really doing a very good job fighting above their weight class, I feel.
Yeah, it's like the past 4 games, right? They played Liverpool, Arsenal, Brighton, Spurs, right?
Yeah.
And they never lost.
Yeah. And
it's like they won Brighton and they drew the rest.
And they're only like 3 points behind City. 3 points behind City, 4 points behind Forest. So if let's say it really comes down to as competitive as this, right, they could be within a shout for a European space. May not be the Champions League, but definitely probably Europa League or
like conference, yeah.
Yeah, they can definitely get into Europe one. So Fulham, you're doing well. I think hopefully they can pull off some magic in the long term, because I think in the next few games for Fulham is Southampton and Chelsea.
Okay, maybe just win the Southampton game first, then they see,
Then they see what happens. They might take the fight to Chelsea. Yeah. So with that, and Liverpool's lead cut down to 2, they are going to play what we call the match of the week. They're going to go to Tottenham Stadium and of course play Spurs. I think even though Spurs beat Southampton 5-0, right, you will still give the edge to Liverpool, right, bro?
Bro, Spurs will be Spurs. Spurs will always be Spurs. But the thing about Spurs, right, is when they play big team, can be quite...
No, it's too random, man.
To watch. Yeah, it's too volatile already, the way they play. It's not a good thing. Because it's like, you give your friends really a roller coaster ride.
No, but I mean, like, it provides entertainment because the way expressions reaction is always going to be funny. But like it's very random, mate. They can lose 4-3 to Chelsea.
But beat City 4-0.
But beat City 4-0, right?
Then lose to Ipswich Town. Right?
Lose to Ipswich Town, right? Then beat Southampton 5-0. I don't understand. I'm very confused. I mean, Liverpool definitely, they have to be mocked. They have to find a way to basically reduce their defensive mistakes currently at the moment. Like, I think 5 goals in 2 games for Liverpool center, right? Even though they are known for defensively being very sound, I still think that's a bit too much for the current league leaders. Spurs is too random already, right? Do you have any inkling on whether Spurs have a chance, or are you gonna just go with, like, you feel like Liverpool's gonna take it?
Yeah, there's no way Spurs will win this game. Really. Yeah, maybe they will score 1 or 2, like have a like in the moment,
Yeah.
But they will not win this game for sure. 1000%. I can put like money on it now. They will lose.
Okay, with that, right? What's your prediction?
I think like Liverpool 3-1.
Liverpool 3-1. Okay. Liverpool 3-1. Right? For me, I would say that probably Liverpool beat Spurs 3-2. I think probably 3-2, right? But then again, right, it is at Spurs Stadium, right? And last year, that game had so much controversy. I hope there's no repeat of what happened
that was
game this
bad,
year. That was just one of the worst, like, most controversial moments.
I remember from then on, right, like Liverpool got a lot of like questionable calls from the referee after that incident, because like they don't want a repeat of that.
But that one was too much already, bro.
Yeah, that was too bad. That was really horrendous.
That was just too bad already. It was really quite horrible. So with that, right, Paul predicts a 3-1 win to Liverpool. I predict a 3-2 win to Liverpool. So anything else to add, bro, before we close out this episode?
There's no midweek game. Apparently Spurs playing Man Utd in the EFL Cup. Thursday.
EFL Cup.
Yeah, so let's hope Spurs win.
Yeah. All right. So that is it for this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki. All right, so that is it for this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you. We hope they continue to watch our other shows here on the network, which of course are the Gobi Bros every Monday, where we talk about fun and trivial topics. Then, of course, we've got our flagship game show every Friday, the SG Draft Podcast. Now, for those of you who want to vote for your winners of the SG Draft Podcast, do go over to our Instagram stories every Friday to go and vote for your favorite teams. Of course, voting begins on a Friday, 12 p.m. and of course closes off at 12 p.m. on Saturday. Now, before we go off, we just want to say thank you, and we hope that you continue to like and subscribe to our channel here on the Chit Podcast Network. And if you have not, please do so. And if you have, share this channel with your friends for us to grow this particular channel. So for everybody here at the Futbol Kaki, from the 2 Man United fans who are ecstatic because of the fact that we finally beat Manchester City and City are in a very dump and dusted state, have a great week ahead. Enjoy football. For all you Liverpool fans, enjoy beating Spurs. Have a great week ahead. Bye-bye.